Just a moment, please. Okay. All right. So yeah, I want to share it so that I can be able to see your interaction and as well see my screen. Okay. Please confirm if you can see my screen. Can you see this, please?
Yes, we
All
can see
right.
you, Vicky.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, guys, once again, you all are welcome. I mean, it's always a pleasure having you here with me. It's always a pleasure having you guys here to exchange ideas and knowledge. It's always a pleasure having you all here with me. So, you guys are all welcome. All right. So, without taking much of our time, so how many of us are into data analyst, data engineering, and data scientist? Okay. Um, John, we apologize for that. Hoping for a follow up. Someone is going to reach out to you immediately. Okay. You're welcome, John. All right. Okay. So here is how we are going to do it, so that we'll know which of them you belong to. If you are into data analytics, write one. If you are a data scientist, write two. And if you're a data engineer, write three. Okay, Monday. Monday is one. Okay, okay. Or I'm only having the ones here. Okay, Francis, one. Okay. So where are the data scientists and the data engineers? Okay, okay, okay. Maybe as we go on, I would have someone that will be my second. All right. Okay. Oh, John, that's good. John is three. Oh, okay. A data engineer. Oh, Raphael, that's good. Data engineer in training. Awesome. Olufumi, data engineer. That's beautiful. Now I'm not alone. I can brag. Like I can raise my shoulder highs now. Okay. All right. All right. You all are welcome. You all are welcome. You all are welcome. You are at the right place at the right time. Okay. So today the topic is career path and projects you can use in landing your first role. All right. Career paths and the projects you can use in landing your first um role. So I just want to ask quick one, right? Um Able to stay on this call. Okay. Okay. One of us is going to reach out to you immediately. Okay. Please, Tamiwa, can somebody reach out to him and get his information? Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, John. Okay. So the topic is career path and projects you can use in landing your first role. That is what we are going to be treating today. That is what we are going to try as much as we can to elaborate. Okay. All right, John. A number has been dropped. Kindly reach out to the number. Okay. Kindly reach out to the number so that they will follow up. All right. Thank you. So Now, before I continue, you know, there is this big issue, silent issue, or silent challenge that when you apply for a job, you are being called for an interview. Now, can somebody tell me? You can just write it, all right? What is that first thing that the interviewer always asks you for? I'm waiting, please. Can you just type, what is that thing that the interviewer always asks you for? The first thing they ask you. Do they ask you for your certificates or where you trained? Can I meet you? Okay, okay. Yes, that's one is there. Yeah, they'll ask you, can you meet? I mean, can we meet you? And then apart from that, what is that thing that they need to see if you're a good fit for them or not? Years of experience. Beautiful. Beautiful. Do you have experience? Do you have experience? Your portfolio. Exactly. I love the set of people that I'm working with today. A round of applause for you guys. A round of applause. You guys are doing well. You're awesomely wonderful. Good, good. So now the first thing they're going to ask you is your experience. Even before the portfolio, they'll first of all ask you, what is your experience? Now, if you tell them that I just finished training, you see that their body is gonna change. There will be a change in their actions, you know, their response will start going down. Will start going down. So that is what Amdari have in mind or has in mind when this very program came up. And that will take us towards what Amdari is all about. Okay? So Amdari is just trying to build that bridge between you having your experience to showcase and that thing that you've learned, that tools that you've learned as a data analyst, as a data scientist, as a data engineer, as a cybersecurity personnel, as a business analyst, name it. So what Amdari is there to do for you is to give you that experience that you need so that the hiring manager or the recruiter will be like, okay, okay, she or he have worked with this too, so definitely he or she is going to be a good fit. Please, are we together? If you are playing with me, I need a response, please. Can I see your response, please? If you can hear me and you are feeling what I am feeling, all right, I want to see your response. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so. No, they don't care about where you did your training because they don't ask you. You cannot come to the trainer, they'll start asking you, where did you train? Did you go to Harvard? Did you train with IDT? You know, they don't do that. What they want is your years of experience. Okay? They first of all ask you, in as much as maybe you have written it in your CV that you have 4 years, or you have 3 years, or you have 2 years, they first of all ask you, even, I mean, when they are interviewing you, they will ask you, can we get to know you? And then how many years of experience do you have? And if your years of experience is not what they want, they will start, you know, thinking twice, is this person a good fit for us and stuff like that. So that is where Amdari comes in, all right? That is the bridge that Amdari is trying to build. That is the gap that Amdari is trying to build, okay? So yes, let's go on. So what are we going to be doing today? We are going to be talking about this data analyst. I know you've heard a lot about data analysts. You've heard a lot about data scientists. You've heard a lot about data engineers. So what is their key differences and their roles? Okay, how do they even come to play? Do you even need them? I mean, you could actually ask that. Someone could actually ask that. Do we even need a data analyst? Do we even need a data scientist? Do we need a data engineer? So by the time we finish this class today, or by the time we finish this session today, You will know if you need them, if we need them in an organization or not. Okay. And also the second part that we are going to be taking on is what career paths and projects you need to land your first role, which is very, very important. Correct? So guys, are we excited about this class today? Are we excited about the class today? If you're excited, I want to see your reaction, please. I want to see your reaction. I mean, I just listed out the things that we are going to be treating. Has it been something that you've been wanting to hear? Okay, thank you, Latif. Yes, thank you, Aliyah. Thank you. I mean, it's something that bugs everybody, something that bothers you. What can I do to get this job? What can I do to be different from others? Because believe you me, there are 1001 data analysts out there, and there are 1001 data scientists out there, and there are 1001 data engineers out there. So what makes you different? That is just it. Okay. So I believe that by the end of this session today, you will go back fully convinced with what you need to do. Okay. All right, guys. So who is this person that is talking to you? I'm shy. Who is this person that is talking to you? All right, my name is Chinyere, okay, and I am a data engineer. That was why when I asked how many of you is a data engineer, data analyst, data, and when I did not see any reaction, I was like, it's like I'm the only person in the house. But yeah, I kind of got some backups, and yes, John and Amdu and someone that said Olufemi said he is a data engineer in training. So yes, I'm a fellow data engineer, okay, and I have over 4 years of working experience in the data field. Actually, let me tell you a little bit story about me. So I started as a data analyst, okay. I started as a data analyst. I did my training on data analyst. And what actually prompted my interest in data, in quotes, was I just wanted to know more about data, right? And there is this buzzword wherever you go to be hearing data this, data that, and I was like, okay, okay. And now something happened at my previous place of work, right? Where we were having some issues. There were some kind of discrepancies in accounting and stuff like that. So, and we needed the full data, all right? We needed the full data to like get where the issue is coming from. Okay, and that was where I started seeing the works of data. And I'm like, what? Damn, I'm going to do this. I'm going to join. Okay, and that was actually how I found myself, or I got interested into data. And then from starting as a data analyst, I did some years in data analyst. Then I now moved over to data engineer. Okay, and in this very field, I've trained myself to understand that every business strives with good data. Okay, so as a data engineer, it's important to have a good data, because that is how you can be able to strive. That's how you can be able to do well. Else, you're going to flop, which nobody wants. Okay, so yes, that is me in a nutshell. Okay, so yes, the next one is, what career are you seeking to land a job in? So yeah, I want to hear that. This is just an open field here. What career are you interested in? Can I hear you guys? What career? What career are you seeking to land your job in? Go ahead and type it, please. You remember our number, okay? 1. Monday said 1. Okay, that's data analyst. Okay, good, 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 beautiful. Rahel is 1. Oh, awesome, awesome. Faith, oh yes, data engineer, my fellow data. All right. Falakemi is 1, data analyst. Okay. Okay, SK is 1, 1, 1. Beautiful, beautiful. I mean, that is what we want, right? I mean, after spending so many months, some even spent years to do the training, and then at the end, you want to get something out of it. You want to get something out of all the time you spent in training, out of all the nights you stayed awake and stuff like that, right? So yes, yes, yes. I love the answers. I love it. I love it. I love it. For men, you are welcome. You're welcome. Thank you very much for the responses. And yes, okay. Start from one, then move on. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. That's good. You want to be like me. That's good. That's good. Okay. So yes. Now this is the data analyst, data scientist, and the data engineer. I mean, those are the three main data field people that we have. Okay. Data data stack that we have, or data tracks that we have. Okay. Or data teams that we have. You can still break them further down. Okay. But these are the three main ones that you can have out there. So we have the data analyst, we have the data scientist, and we have the data engineer. Now, what is the work of data engineer? I mean, that's the first question that comes to your mind. Data engineer, data analyst, data scientist. What are their duties? What do they do? Right? In a company, what do they do? Why do you even need them? Remember, that was a question I asked initially. I said, why do we even need this data? I mean, these data teams, do we really need them in a company? Right? So now here is how they all come to play. I'm going to be using this architecture here to briefly explain how each of them comes to play. Just briefly, I'm still going to try to illustrate, give an illustration of how they also come into play in a company. Now, before we go over here, I'm going to use an example, all right, of just an abstract example, but related to these three teams, all right, three data teams, okay? So now let's say we have a security man, or you are living in an estate, okay? I love giving this example. You are living in an estate. You have a security guy, right? Please, I want a response. Those living in an estate, you always have a security guy at the gate, right? Yes. So yes, you have a security guy at the estate. Now, the work of the security guy is that when anybody is trying to come in, they'll first of all call you to know if they should come in or not. I mean, if they should allow the person to come in or not. Correct? Yes. So they'll always call you to know if should we allow this person in or stuff like that. And then you'll be like, okay, yes, allow them to come in. Now they will allow those people to do what? To come in. Now, when they now come in your house, probably you also live in a castle. You know what I mean, right? You also have a security man at your castle, at the post. Before they come in, probably you've called your the gate man at your house to tell him that, okay, I'm expecting this guy, he's on red and stuff like that. Direct him where to park and things like that. Correct? Yes, yes, good, good. I want you to flow with me, okay? I want you to flow with me. So now let me relate this. At the end, you now call your gate man in your, not the one at the estate, in your house, in your castle. Probably you have a very large parking ground. You now call your gate man and be like, okay, how many cars are parked here? Probably you are expecting, let's say 50 or whatever, or you don't even have any number in mind. You call your security guy at the gate and be like, okay, can you tell me how many persons, how many cars are parked? And then the gate man would be like, okay, we have 10 people that were parked at the right canopy. Then we have 50 people, or 50 cars that were parked at the right canopy. Then we have 20 people sitting. Am I making sense, guys? Yes. I want to know if you are lost or if you are following me. All right, thank you. So now, after you've made your call and they told you that, okay, we have 50 people in the house and 10 cars parked, then you'll be like, okay, that's good. Now let me relate this to data. The data engineer is the security guy at your estate gates. That might be where I am pointing at. Okay. So the security guy at your estate, at the main gate, is your data engineer. All right. You, the stakeholder, you told the security guy, okay, I want you to let in anybody that is that says that his name is John. I want you to also let in any car that you see that is white. Okay, I want you to also let in anybody that is putting on, let's say it's a Nigerian party. You know what I mean, right? Yes, I want you to let in anybody that is extravagantly dressed. You know, they said we are always extravagantly dressed when we are having a Nigerian party. So yes, I want you to let in anyone that is extravagantly dressed. Now, the data engineer ensures that all these people comes in. That's your security guy at the estate, right? He ensures that all those people comes in. He allows them to come in. Then when he passes them in, the one at the security guy at your house now will now allow them to come inside. Now pack them, arrange them based on the canopies that you set. Am I making sense, guys? Please respond. Am I making sense? All right. So the one now at your house, or the security guy at your at your house now, is a data scientist or data analyst. Is it together now? Is the story together now? Do you want me to elaborate it more? Does it make sense? All right. Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you. So that is how data people come to play when it comes to data in a company. So, like I always tell people, right, as a data engineer, you don't just allow in data because you think, I think this one is good, I think this one is nice. No, you don't do that in a company. You don't do that. Okay? You only let in data that the stakeholders want, that the business need. All right? That the business does what needs. That is the data you can always allow in. So now that takes us back to our graph here. Then I said that the data engineer brings in data or extracts the data from different sources. It could be from the CRM, it could be from the mobile app, it could be from an ATM machine. I mean, the data that is coming in. For example, let's use this, that this is a fraud detection pipeline. I just want to let's use a fraud detection pipeline here. Okay. So now every data that is coming from the mobile app, that is coming from the web app, that is coming from an ATM machine, that is coming from a POS machine, the data engineer extracts this data from these sources. You call this data sources. Okay. The data engineer extracts it, transforms it. Okay. Now your your security guy allows in the white car. Now tells the white car, okay, I want you to go to house number 13. So that is the transformation taking place there. Okay. So the data engineer picks in this data from these different sources, transforms it, and then load it to a data warehouse. Now, when the security guy is at the gate telling him, okay, go to house number 45. Okay, you see a red gate, just enter there. That is the storage, where the car is storing. The house that the car is entering, that is the storage, which we have here, our data warehouse. Okay, the data engineer extracts the data, transforms it, and load it into a data warehouse. So when he's done loading it into this data warehouse, the data analyst connects to this very data warehouse. Okay, they connect to this very data warehouse. The data scientist also connects to this very data warehouse to do their predictions and to do the analysis. Are we together, guys? Is this clear? Anymore? Do you want me to break it down further? Is it okay? Is it understood? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Femen. Thank you. Thank you, SK. So yes, that is how they come to play. So you can imagine if we do not have this kind of people in a company, I mean, it's going to be a disaster. Imagine if you don't have your security guy at your estate. That means every kind of person is going to be bugging you, correct? Both the people you want and the people you don't want, they always coming to disturb you, which you don't want, right? Which you don't like, because sometimes you always like our peace. So that is what this data team does for you in a company. So now I want to ask a question and I want you to respond. Do you think we need this data team in a company or not? Yes, I'm waiting for your response. Go ahead and type it, please. Yes. Israel said yes. 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 Falakebi, yes. Yes. I mean, I'm still going to break it down. You see, in a large company, okay, you need them. Okay. Actually, yes, yes. Not just in a large company. You also need them in a smaller company. Because for you to grow, right? For you to grow, you need something so that you can be able to grow. You need data so that you can be able to grow into that very large, large company. So we need every data team. Okay, may not be every data team, but we need the data teams. All right. So thank you for that. So this is the data architecture. Now we are going to use let's go over this illustration. Okay, using the Deluxe supermarket case scenario. Okay, so we are going to be using this Deluxe case supermarket. Excuse me. Deluxe supermarket case scenario. Superstore scenario. Okay, so we see that this Deluxe superstore, a retail chain operating in New Zealand, they recently faced a noticeable decrease in sales performance across its location. That's a big disaster, right? Right? Imagine you were selling up to 100 is not good for you. Okay, can you go out and come in? Probably that will help. John, please, guys, confirm you can hear me. All right, thank you. So, John, can you go out and then come in? Probably that will be helpful. That will help. All right, so let's continue. So now imagine you as a CEO, you were once counting the sales that was popping in and the money that was coming in millions, and all of a sudden they started coming in thousands. As if that wasn't enough, they started coming in their hundreds. That's going to raise a big concern, correct? So now the CEO kind of recognized this critical impact of sales decline. And what did he do? What did he do, guys? He summoned the data team to develop a robust and data-driven solution to address this challenge of declining sales that is going on. Okay, he called them and be like, okay, CCC, look at what is going on and how do we tackle this? He throws the ball down to the data team and now leaves the data team to do their job. Okay, so he blew his trumpet, right? And he assembled the data team, which comprises the data analyst, the data scientist, and the data engineer. Now, based on what I explained earlier on, the data engineer goes out or creates a pipeline to extract data from all these different places, which are the CRM. Okay, the CRM. Now, this CRM is a software that helps you to store information, your customer information, and stuff like that. Probably the goods they bought and things like that. Okay, so the data engineer creates a pipeline that extracts data from this very CRM, and also creates a pipeline that picks up records of sales over time. Are we together, guys? Okay. So, can you guys still hear me, please? Okay, awesome, awesome. Now, quick one, yeah, before I continue. There is a form, attendance form that is being shared. Okay, attendance form is being shared. Kindly fill it. All right, kindly fill it so that you can be able to have access to these very slides that I'm using to teach. Okay, it's going to be shared. That's if we have your details. So that's why we need you to fill the information. Fill the attendance form, please. Is that okay, guys? Is that okay? Please, can I get a response if you're still here with me? All right, all right, all right. Okay, thank you. So now let's go back. So this data engineer does what? He extracts the data, he transforms it, and now load it to where it can be accessible by the data analyst, data scientist to work on. The data analyst to do what? To do their diagnostic and descriptive analysis there. Okay, and the data scientist can go there to do what? To do his predictive analysis. Okay, so now this is how the whole thing happens. Like I said, the data engineer extracts it, transforms it, and load it. Now they can actually extract and load in a data lake. This is called data lake. All right, this data lake comprises both structured and unstructured data. Okay, so it's just in the raw states. And your data engineer, I'm sorry, your data scientist can actually connect to this very data lake to run to do their machine learning and stuff like that. Okay, so the data engineer still connect to this data lake to extract it, to do some transformation, so that the data analyst, which works with structured data only, the data analyst works with what? Structured data. So they need to get a structured data, right? So you, the data engineer, you are the one extracting the data, transforming it, and loading it to where it is accessible by both the data analyst and data scientists. Okay, so in this case now, in this case scenario, the the data engineer gets the data from all the sources, the CRM, the ERP, their databases, and stuff like that. He extracted the data from there, and then he loaded it into the data lake, then went ahead to transform it again and load it into the warehouse. Now, this warehouse contains semi-structured and structured data. Okay, it contains the semi-structured and structured data. Now, the data analyst connects to this very data warehouse to do what, guys? To run a descriptive analysis. Now, this descriptive analysis is now asking, what happened? Why did we have this decline in sales? Was there a time when there was an increase? I mean, was there was there a time where there was an increase in sales? Are we together, guys? Please confirm if you can still hear me. Are we together? All right, thank you. Good, good. So the data analyst connect to this data warehouse and start running. Okay, he now does the descriptive analysis. And he's asking, was there a time we had a high sales from the data that the data engineer was able to get? That is where the data analyst connected to. All right. Now, based on the data that the data engineer got, or based on the data that was gotten by the data engineer, the data analyst was able to do the predictive part, sorry, the descriptive part, asking what happened. Why is there a sudden decrease in sales? How long has this decrease taken place? For how long did it run? Was there a time when we had an increase in sales? You know, questions like that are the things that the data analyst will answer. And also he went ahead to do the diagnostic analytics, which is why did it even happen? Okay, for example, there was an increase in sweatshirt sales, right? Okay. Now I'm the one now standing as a data analyst. I'm like, okay, there was an increase in the sweatshirt sales. At what time was that? Now, from the analysis, that's the diagnostic part. Now he's trying to know why was there an increase in that sales, in that sweatshirt. Now, from what he was able to deduct, he found out that the period was a heat period, cold period. So people tend to buy more sweatshirts. People tend to buy more sweater during that period. Are we together, guys? Hello, guys. Yes. So that is what they help us to do. Now, in this very scenario now, the data analyst and the data scientist is trying to detect why these things happened. Okay. So the data scientist now still goes ahead, does all the things that the data analyst did, but now goes ahead to do the predictive part of it. Now, that's why when I hear them saying that in some job description, you see them writing, they need a data analyst and they're asking for Python. The person must be good in Python and stuff like that. I'm like, do these people really know what they're looking for? Okay, because that's Python. It's not as if the data analyst shouldn't know how to do some programming. They can, but it's not really much of their job because they cannot do predictive parts of the data. All right. And majorly, we use the programming tools, which is either the Python or the R, to do this very predictive or machine learning stuff. Okay. So that is where the data analyst, the data scientist comes in to do the predictive part. Okay, we've done this, we've done the descriptive, we've done what happened, why was there a decline in sales, we've done all the things. Now, how can we, or what can we do in order to have a change in sales so that there will be an increase moving forward? Okay, so the data scientist now does his thing, all right? Now did the descriptive part, try to look at the analysis, try to do some data modeling, try to do some modeling and every stuff like that. And at the end, they were able to come out with something tangible that helped the company. Okay, so we said that the data engineer extracts data from various data sources and uses it to build a scalable data pipeline. She collects and integrates the historical and real-time sales data from the multiple stores across all the branches in France. Okay, she was able to extract the data, transform it, and load it so that it would be available for the data analyst and the data scientist. Guys, are we together? Is this clear? Oh, thank you, Bongani. Thank you. Yes, so this is how your data engineer, data analyst, data scientist comes into play in a company. So you can see that you actually need them, right? So yes, for the person that said for small company, yes. And therefore, if you want to grow, you need them, okay? So moving forward, right? The next thing we are going to be talking about is what are the things that you can do in order to get this very job? Relative projects. Remember the topic that we are treating. We are saying that the career paths and the relative project or the projects you can do to land you your first job. Okay, so what are these very jobs? I mean, what are the kind of projects that you need to do for you to get this very job? I mean, that is the end goal, right? That is the end goal, right? Yes, please. I want a response. I mean, your night of learning, your midnight, your portfolio creation, your project writing, and stuff like that is so that you can get a job. Now, it's not just about doing any job. No, it's about doing the right project. Sorry, it's not about doing any kind of project. It's about doing the right project. Okay, doing the right project. And thankfully, at Amdari, we kind of gives you that real life project that you need, and which will, this is for the data engineers. So I'm going to, let me quickly show you our project. This is our Google Classroom for the data engineers. We have the streaming data from Reddit API using Kafka, Spark, and MongoDB. So our current November interns, they worked on this. They already did, yeah. They worked on this very project, streaming data from the Reddit API using Kafka, Spark, and MongoDB. In this very project, they were exposed to learning how to use Kafka to stream data, how to use Spark to transform the data. Remember what I told you that the work of a data engineer is you extract data, you transform it, and then you load it, correct? So this very project shows you or showcases how the person was able to stream data using Kafka from Reddit. From Reddit. Now you connect to this Reddit using the Reddit API. Okay, so we're able to extract data from this Reddit using their API, but you're doing it with Kafka 2, Spark 2, and MongoDB. Remember that MongoDB is a NoSQL database. Okay, all right. We have the SQL, the database, the relational database, and the NoSQL or not SQL. Okay, so this not SQL, they kind of handles both unstructured data sets. Sorry, semi-structured data sets. Okay, that's for the NoSQL. And under that, we have the Cassandra, we have the MongoDB. So basically, that is what we are able to achieve with this very project. So let's quickly go over to where this project is located. So these are the things that you are going to be gaining, the opportunities that you're going to be gaining when you join us. Okay, so now we were saying that you need, and we are doing this using a Docker for containerization. How many of us have, for those in data engineer, how many of you have heard of Docker? How many of you have heard about Docker before? I just need a response, yes or no. I just want to hear yes or no. You've heard of Kafka before, yes or no? I need a response, guys. Okay, Amami said yes. Okay, Rahel said no. Okay. So yes, that is no. Chindo said no. Docker, yes. Okay, good. Okay, Olufimi, I believe that the hand you're raising is a yes. Beautiful. So for data engineers, I think if you have done your training, you should have come across Docker. So now it's not just about you've heard about it, but this time around you are using it, you are making use of it, you are working with it. So this is the project, all right? And we said that the topic is streaming data from Reddit using Kafka, Spark, and MongoDB. Now, these are the tools that you're going to be exposed to when you are using when you are working on this project. Python, Spark, Kafka, Docker for containerization. Now, GitHub for version control and collaboration, okay, and MongoDB, okay. So all these things, right? Imagine if you, as a recruiter, you came across someone that has this kind of project attached to their system. I mean, attached to their portfolio. How will you feel? Wouldn't you like to call that person? Guys, I want a response. Wouldn't you like to call the person and get to know the person more? I can't see any response here. Hello, guys. Please, can you still hear me? Okay. Thank you, Monday. Thank you. All right. Thank you. So, yes, that is what we stand for here. And in this very project, you are telling them the business problems and stuff like that, the rationale. And now this is the aim of this project, is to learn how to do real-time data collection, storage, scalability, and stuff like that. So that is the kind of project that recruiters want. Okay. The tech stack, we have the GitHub, the Spark, like I mentioned earlier on, the Python, the Kafka, the MongoDB, the draw.io, that's for you to use to draw your data pipeline or your data architecture, and also Docker. Okay. So now imagine you as a as a recruiter coming across this. Oh, sorry, I presume you guys cannot see this, right? Apologies, because I was actually sharing. Let me stop sharing and share so that you get to see everything. Let me share the entire screen. Okay, so please confirm if you can see my screen, because I'm trying to share my entire screen. All
I
right,
can
all
see
right,
your screen.
all right, all right. So yes, I brought you guys to our project here. This is the project that our current interns are taking. They've actually worked on this. So you can see this in their portfolio. Now, imagine you as a recruiter coming across someone that have this kind of project. And like I explained earlier on, this project will expose you to learn how to use Python, learn how to use Spark, learn how to use Kafka, learn how to use Docker, learn how to use GitHub and MongoDB. Okay, and I try to explain what MongoDB is. That is a NoSQL database, and I try to say that we have a relational database that's an SQL database, and a NoSQL, not SQL database. Okay, where MongoDB and Cassandra falls in. And I try to say that the relational database, that they are the structured data, they contain structured data, unlike your NoSQL database. Okay, so now, and the second one is the strategic, another project that they are currently working on is strategic data migration and advanced, sorry about that. Okay, so strategic data migration and advanced analytics by transforming on-premise infrastructure to Google Cloud for scalability and data-driven insights. Now, this project kind of exposes them on how to transform data that was on-site. I mean, it's an interesting one because that is what my interns are currently doing. Okay, so we are trying to transform data that is on-prem to the Google Cloud. Okay, we're trying to transform that's a request from our business partner. All right, so we are trying to transform a data that is on-prem and we are pushing it to the cloud. Now we are going to be using Airflow to orchestrate this very task, and we also use Terraform to provision all the services. I mean, these are beautiful and excellent projects. Okay, We can always get that from our Google Classroom, which is can always get that from our Google Classroom. So I don't want us to take longer time there. So now the next one for the data analyst. This is also some of the projects that our current interns are going, they've taken some and they are currently working on. Okay, so leveraging social determinants of health SDO analytics to address health discrepancies. Let me quickly open that. So these are the beautiful, beautiful projects that you are going to be coming across. You can imagine that. If you have this project in your portfolio, you are good to go. Believe you me, you are good to go. Okay. Just a moment. Okay. So in this very project, the data analysts, they used Google Sheets, Power BI, and Power Automate. That's the latest thing now that you see most job requirements will put in. They will ask you, they're going to put in that they want someone that knows how to use Power Automate, that knows how to handle data, large data, this, that, this, that. So you need a project that encompasses all these things. All right. So this is the very project here. Leveraging social determinants of health analytics to address healthcare disparities in Gambia. Okay. And this very project, they used tools like, let's quickly go over to the rationale. What is the aim of this very project? One, to integrate fragmented SDO data sets into a unified platform to provide a comprehensive view of healthcare disparities. All these things are going to be using the Google Sheet where the data is, and then Power BI for visualization, and Power Automate to automate this very task. Okay, so imagine having this kind of project in your system. So another project there is identifying former student customers at Nova Trust Bank for target service and upselling opportunities. Remember, the essence of every data team is so that they will get what? So that they will get a data-driven decision. So they will be able to make a data-driven decision. Now, how can you achieve this? From your project, you can be able to communicate. Look at, and you know what, right, guys? I found out that even before they call you for an interview, your project speaks for you. I don't know if you guys know this. Hello, guys. Hello. Is it true? Before they even call you for an interview, your project first of all speaks. They first of all interact with your project, or they interact with your CV or your portfolio. That's the truth, right? Okay, I would use my case, for example. When I was being interviewed, yes, your resume, yes. When I was being interviewed, okay, my resume was there, but the interviewer opened my project. He opened my GitHub. I know he's going to be smiling now. He opened my GitHub. I noticed that. He opened my GitHub. He was going through all my projects. He was like, okay, you've used this, you've used that. Okay, tell me how you did this. Tell me how you did that. Okay, can you show me this? Stuff like that. Now, imagine if I don't have my project in there. I would have missed out, right? So that is why you need to do what? Prep up your project, your portfolio, have a good project. Now back to what we're saying. Back to our slide. So now this very second one, this very project for the data analyst is talking about them identifying the accounts that belongs to students that haven't been upgraded. Okay, you can imagine that kind of project. I mean, this is something that businesses face. For example, banks, they opened the account as a student. Now they are now salary earner, but they are still using their student's account. How will you be able to detect that? That is what this project tried to showcase. So imagine you having that in your CV. So guys, I mean, it's an awesome thing, right? So now for the data scientist is one is doing a project concerning forecasting. All right, they run a project forecasting video games. Let me quickly open that from our Google Classroom. The data scientist, the data science, a job carried out by our consultants. So I'm going to quickly open this. Guys, are you still here with me? Are you still enjoying the session, guys? I need a reaction, please. I need a reaction. Yes, thank you, Monday. Is it only Monday? Is it only Monday that is enjoying the class? I mean the session. Raphael, thank you. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Latif, thank you. 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 All right. So now let's go back. Forecasting video games inventory sales. I mean, if I hadn't been in data engineering, I would have loved to be a data scientist because I love how I'm just this inquisitive kind of person, right? And I love how this predictive part of them, I just love it. I just love it. So imagine you are here telling me what will happen in the future. Okay, so now this project is talking about forecasting video games inventory sales. Okay, so what I mean, this project now was being done by our present interns, all right, our present data scientist consultants. They are currently running it. I think they've done that. They are done with it. They are working on another one now. So imagine you having this kind of project in your portfolio. Imagine you building this up. I tell you, the sky is your starting point. Okay. So the second one is stock market fundamental analysis with machine learning. Now, there is no job, data and scientist job that you come across that you're not going to see machine learning there. Like it's 99.9 of their job description always have machine learning there. So now you can imagine having this kind of project also stated there. And you are able to now note this difference. It's not just about you having a project to showcase. It is about you defending that project when called upon. Please take note of that. So it's not just about you. I have this project. I did that project. I have this. I have that. Can you defend it? You used this tool. You use that tool. You're able to use the machine learning. You're able to use the Python and SQL and this and that. If you are called upon, can you defend it? Okay, that is how the experience comes. Okay, like we all know, we're saying that every recruiter will always tell you that they want someone that has experience, correct? They want someone that has experience. So how are you going to get this experience? By doing the project. Fine. Now, how do you do this project? You're going to do this project, but do you even know what you're doing? Probably you're using ChatGPT to copy everything verbatim and then you post it. If you're called upon to defend it, can you be able to defend it? That's the problem, right? That's the problem. And that is what Amdari is trying to reach. That is a gap that Amdari is trying to fill up. Guys, are you still here with me? Are you still excited? I hope you are still flowing with me, please. I hope you are still flowing with me. Because yes, I want that collaboration. I cannot do without you guys. So please, I want it. I want you to feel me just the way I am feeling you guys. Thank you, Olufemi, Olufemi. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, guys. Okay. Just in case if you have any question, just keep hold on to it. I'm still going to answer your questions. There is still going to be time for questions and all that. You can just go ahead and try to drop them. Try to drop them. Okay. Please, can you still hear me? Hello, guys.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, we can hear you.
Chichi, we can hear you.
All right. All right. Okay. So our next slide is now the average. You've done this project, right? We need to know why are you even interested um in this very career path? Why are you even interested in it? Let's look at their average, their average salary for a data analyst. Based on the research from Glassdoor, we're able to get that from the average is between 31 to 48 for data analysts yearly. Okay. And then for the data scientists, we have 38 to 62 yearly. Okay. Still from Glassdoor. Now, according to Reed, the average salary for a data engineer is the 66, is 66,052 pounds. Euro, 52 euro. Can you see that? So you can see that their pay is there compared to other job roles and stuff like that. You see that the data field kind of gets paid higher. They get more pay than the other departments. Okay. Though there are still some that are still higher than the data team's payment. So these are kind of things. Guys, I want to see excitement. Are you excited about?
Hi, everyone. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us. So, my sincere apologies for the glitch in Chichi's network. So, she'll be joining us shortly. Please confirm that you can hear me. Hello. Okay, great. Please, can you give me like a minute? Chichi is calling me. I think she's trying to fix her network. Hi everyone. So I am back. All right. So thank you so much for your patience. So it's actually her laptop that went, up strangely. So I'll take it up from where she stopped. She stopped. Thank you so much for your patience. So we can just continue right now. So please confirm once you can see my screen. Let me just minimize this. All right. So just a minute. I'll share my screen and just continue from where she left off. But I hope we've been able to get so much value from this session, from the types of project that you should work on and that our current interns at Amdari are working on, and how it's been really impactful and beneficial to them. Okay, so let me just share the screen. Thank you. I see the reactions. Monday and everybody, Israel John, everybody reacting. So I think I need to fix my lights. Let's just see. Okay. Okay, I think it's better now. Okay, so you can see my screen, right? Clearly. Okay, great. Thank you so much. So let's get started with the presentation. Now, with everything that Chichi has said regarding the projects and what our interns have worked on, I'm sure that you've seen how impactful the experience has been for them. Now, when it comes to the average salary of each of these career paths in the UK, and in the UK, oh my God, not calling US and Canada. When it comes to the average salary of these career paths, you can see what the average salary is like. All right. So you can see what the average salary is like. So these career paths are earning way, way much. And all you just have to do, like Chichi said, position yourself. When you go for these interviews, be as convincing as possible so that the recruiters can know that the person coming on board will not need to be micromanaged. The person coming on board will be able to add value from day one, right? You'll be able to hit the ground running, and you can just relax and know that yes, apart from getting this person acquainted with our company culture and processes, this person already knows what they are here for. And from day one as well, they will be able to proceed with, okay, I think Chichi's back. Chichi, should I share for you? Since you're back, I'll just share my screen while you finish up your presentation. Or should I wrap up for you?
Hi, sorry, I'm actually
Okay, Chichi, don't worry. Your network is breaking badly, so I can't. Or is it just me? I can't hear Chichi clearly. Chichi, don't worry, I'll just go ahead so we don't keep people waiting for too long. So yes, as I was saying, the career paths are this, in demand, and this is how much the people the people chasing a career in these fields are earning, right? So of course, I know that major introductions have been done in this at the start of this session. So that's why we're just here. So for a data analyst, for example, you can see that on average, this is what they are earning, right? So on average, this person is earning 31K to 48K per year. And for a data engineer, they are earning, okay, that's fine, Chichi. I already explained the technical issues we had. All right. Then for a data engineer, they are earning around 59K to 76K per year. And for data scientists, they are earning between 36K to 62K per year. So if you are looking to be this person who earns this much, you need to make sure that the needed experience that will help you land the job is properly, acquired. Now, let's move on to the next slide. So for these career paths, right, there are a lot of areas you can specialize in. If you gain data analytics skill, you can work as a logistics analyst, you can work as a product analyst, you can work as a business analyst, and so on, just as you can see on my screen. And the career path that you can also, the tools that you get to also work with in the course of your experience is Power BI, Excel, SQL, Tableau, and all of that. Now, one beautiful thing about this is gaining experience means you having experience working with these tools, right? And with Amdari internship, you will be using these tools on real business challenges, right, on real business problems. So you are adding so much impact. And by the time recruiters are seeing your CV, it's not just you saying, these are just tools I know how to use on that technical skill or core skill. Now you're writing it as worked on a particular task using this particular tool, solved a particular problem using this particular tool, made suggestions from an insight derived from a particular data source using this particular tool. You can make all of these communications. You clearly stating this and communicating the value you bring on board at the point of interview are ways that these people can know that, oh, okay, this person definitely knows what you're saying or talking about. Now, how do you gain all of this if you don't gain experience, which is where the projects that Chichi was, showing us while she was presenting. So these are the projects that can only allow you to apply everything you've learned, right? These tools allow you to gain mastery. Trust me, we have all learned at some point, whether years ago, whether we're still learning, whether we learned last year. The point of learning is you just learning how to use something, right? This is how it's used, this is how it's done, or this is how data analysts use this tool, this is how data scientists and data engineers use this tool. Now, apart from the process of you learning how this tool is used, have you been able to apply it? It's when we apply this that we are able to gain mastery. And that sign of mastery is what recruiters want to see when you go for interview. The same thing for data scientists. If you gain this skill, you can work as a forecasting analyst, quantitative analyst, market research analyst, big data analyst, and the likes. And you work with tools like Azure, Tableau, Excel, ChatGPT, Python, and the likes. Now, the beautiful thing about this again is all of this, you gain experience at Amdari. Now, for data analysts, for example, data scientists, with us at Amdari, you are able to, with the projects you'll be working on, there are times that you play the role of a quantitative analyst. There are times that you play the role of a machine learning engineer. So you are gaining a vast experience across not just different industries, but also different specializations. I don't know if you saw when Chichi was presenting and showing you some of the tools, some of the projects that our interns are working on right now. There is always that part where we indicate the specialization. So you would already know the capacity you're coming in as for this project. So imagine having that reflect on your CV and being able to talk about it in depth, right? And at length about how you worked in that capacity and the people you interacted with at that period. The same thing with data engineer, right? Now, all of our claims, right? Our data roles still in demand. So all of our claims are always backed by data. Now let's see how much of demand these career paths are in. Now this is a report from World Economic Forum, and you can see that this report is predicting the demand for these roles from 2025 till 2030. Now, the fastest growing jobs within this period, you can see that we have the data professionals. We have big data specialists, which falls under data scientists. We have the AI machine learning specialists, data warehousing specialists, data analysts and scientists, and all that, right? This falls under data scientists, data engineers, and data analysts in that, order. Now, these jobs are in high demand and they are growing so fast. So having a career or skill in this path and chasing a career in this path automatically means you stand a chance to be hired. So if you're still not getting hired, then what is the problem? They said they're hiring for these roles. Why am I not getting hired? It's because of this type of data as well. So we can see that a lot of people are not getting that job because they lack experience. Now, with at least 1 year experience, this data is showing us that 36% people get hired. With at least 2 years experience, this data is showing us that at least 20% people get hired, right? Now, with no experience, 6% get hired. That is, yes, we have people who say, oh, I didn't have to intern or anything. I just got the job after my training, no experience, internship or whatsoever. It is very slim because no matter how bad, you would even need a project to show for it. But then let's even say there are people that get jobs without experience. It's very, very narrow. So what are your chances of being amongst these 6%? I don't think anybody wants to waste time finding that out. That is why we preach experience. Save yourself time and stress of applying to 500 jobs in a year or even more without getting a yes, right? Now, why do recruiters find it difficult to give you that job? It's because when you lack the required years of experience, they feel that you would need to be micromanaged or supervised, or you will not be able to work independently. And resources not being available for that is, if I'm hiring you to come and own this role, and I still need to hire somebody to show you how it's done, I am spending double the money or even more, because the other person I'm bringing on board probably is a senior person in the field. So why don't I just hire that person, keep that person for the role, and allow you go gain experience when you're good enough and ready for the job, of course. And there is another opening, you can apply, and I don't see a reason why we wouldn't hire you, because you're bringing in the right skill and you're communicating the right value. So this is what they always mean by there is no resources to manage people who have not gained experience. It means double money. They need to hire somebody. And if they don't hire anybody and you want to learn on the job, immediate results cannot be gotten. I can only imagine me being hired as a growth manager who has never ran ads, who has never done, anything, and an immediate result is expected. It's not possible. I need to understand how it's done, right? It's just like that. The same thing with being a web developer. Imagine I am brought on board. I just learned the course. Trust me, I will not be able to make a mobile responsive yet, because I have not actually done it. We are going to waste nothing less than 8 months on me fixing bugs. A project that should take me two months, right, will take me nothing less than 6 months as someone who is just learning. And even whatever we're shipping at the end of the day to go live would not be perfect if I had experience coming on board. So I've just wasted the company's time, resources, because we were not making money that 6 months. So these are the reasons why they want you to come on board with someone who has gained experience. You're going on board another company, you have gained your experience from your previous company. Based on everything, you're getting into this company and just already looking at their processes and seeing what's flawed, and you're profiling like things that you can do to make it better. And they're already wowed by that. So now these are the reasons, these are, the different ways that companies have properly highlighted the reasons why they don't onboard people for jobs. So if employers are requesting for experience, where are you expected to get it? It's easy at Amdari. So now with the Amdari work experience internship, which we call RAVE, all right, thank you, Femi. Remote Apprenticeship Virtual Experience Program. This internship program allows you to gain every needed experience in terms of what value to communicate when you go for an interview. Now, what value do you communicate? One thing we did at Amdari when we were designing this internship, we went to different job boards, checked out the different job openings for cybersecurity special analyst, data engineer, data scientist, data analyst, business analysts, even project managers. We checked out the career paths that they are, I said career path, the requirements that was like common and consistent, including tools that was just common on all of these job boards. Companies want to see this. Now let's design our internship to give this particular listed requirements and value and experience. Sometimes they want you to have experience working in XYZ industry and the likes. Why do we have to limit your experience to one industry when we can make it multiple? You work on more than one project in the course of this internship. And that's within 6 months or 3 months. You are not working on just one project. I used to work in a web development agency, a proper software development agency, as the product lead, right? And while working in this company, I kid you not, in a year, we would most likely work on 3 projects. Now, I'm talking a multinational company, a proper company. We would work on about 3 projects. I'm talking projects for big brands like Bank of Industry and all that. Now, working on this project on these 3 projects for the entire year, but with Amdari, you're working on nothing less than 6 projects within that 6 months. It is very, very immersive. Now, the way this particular remote apprenticeship virtual experience is designed is what I am going to get into. This experience is a combination of technical skills and experience and employability skills. Now, technical skills and experience you've gained the skill as a data scientist, data analyst, data engineer, and you want to land a job in this field. You're living in the UK, you just want to get that job in tech that will allow you to work from home. You don't have to jump buses or trains every morning to go to work. You don't have to go from a particular location to probably London to work and all that. Now, with this particular opportunity of landing a job in tech, you can get so lucky, the chances are very high of landing a remote job. Now, what are the things that I expected? You see the technical skill, you will gain experience in it, not just, oh, I learned it. No, you will gain experience working and, using that technical skill of yours to add value to a business. You would use that to gain experience. That experience will equal, a proof of application of the skill you've gained when you were learning. But without that experience proof on your CV, there is no solid validation that, oh, you can actually do the job, like I've said. Now, employability skills, we will revamp your CV for you after a review. Now, we reviewed your CV because you're coming from a different sector, different role, different experience, totally unrelated to tech, most likely, and you want to get a job in tech. Trust me, there is no way you can get a job in tech with that CV, because recruiters and ATS, when scanning your CV, when skimming through, just want to see keywords related to the role. I hire a lot for Amdari. I know what we look out for. Recruiters, even ATS, when hiring, they are just looking for keywords. So if I'm hiring for the role of a data scientist or data analyst, and I'm looking out for certain tools, and I'm not seeing it there because, okay, maybe your past experience, you worked as a customer representative, there is no Python anywhere, and you want to land a role as a data scientist. There is no Docker, right, anywhere, and you want to land a role as a data engineer. There is no Excel, Power BI, or Tableau, and you want to land a job as a data scientist. ATS will just dump that particular CV. The recruiter checking the past experience, the companies you worked in, and the role, and not seeing data analyst or the particular one they're hiring for at that point in time. They will move on, because remember, you are not in the job market alone. You are in the job market with other people who are applying and need this job as much as you do. Now, it's competitive because you are not the only one trying to get that job. They will come with their A game, most likely. Use every tool in their arsenal to make sure that, yes, I stand a chance to get this job. And then you just, yeah, let me just submit my CV, and you're doing the barest minimum without making sure that your CV is revamped. Chances of getting that call back is slim. Now, we take a look at that your CV that you have from your previous experience. Check out transferable skills from it, right? We check out transferable skills from it, and we help you use that to rebrand your experience on that end. Now, remember, you're gaining experience at Amdari as well, working with our business partners, because the projects and the tasks you'll be working on are not random projects. They are real world projects, real time, again, real time projects, just like Chichi showed us. They are real world projects. So as you're working on this project, you're gaining experience. We know the quality of what we are giving you, so we can vouch for that. So we revamp your CV with the new experience you've acquired, and that reflecting on your CV shows Amdari as your most recent work experience. Now, because we don't want Amdari to be the only data science role that you had, and the rest are just customer success, customer representative rather, that's why we check out transferable skills from your past roles and revamp it to reflect every experience that you have also gained at Amdari in alignment with what you did before. So what do I mean by that? Let's say when you were working as a customer representative, you were calling a couple of people, right? Using a particular Excel sheet that has all their data, name, email address, phone number, and all that. Now you've interacted with Excel sheets. Maybe at that point you didn't have the skill. Now you gained the skill, and Dari has also given you the experience. We will now use that to make that transferable skill reflect properly in a stronger manner how you use that in that role, right? And we tailor it to fit the role of a data analyst. Remember, you've gained the actual experience now at Amdari, and Amdari is also on your CV as your most recent experience, but we don't want Amdari to be the only one. Thank you so much, Olufemi. So it looks like Olufemi is the only one following. I'm not, is anyone else following? You can give me a thumbs up. You can, so it's not so quiet. Because I think Olufemi is the only one making me realize that, oh, I'm not speaking to myself. Thank you, Obed, Uche, Emmanuel. All right, thank you. So this particular experience is going to, yes, I'll definitely take questions. I'll take questions shortly, Joshua. Thank you, Bongani. Thank you. All right. So this particular experience will not just show Amdari so that your CV is not weak, right? Because by the time they see just Amdari as the only place you worked as a data engineer, they'll be like, oh, this person is still new, recent, and all. So that's how we do it. So because we already know that we are revamping your CV, we make the internship very immersive. That's why that 6 months you're working on nothing less than 6 projects, right? Now, the employability skill from your CV being revamped to interview prep sessions and mock sessions. This is where we show you how to communicate value, and they will not see you as an entry level or somebody who just gained the skill and this is like your first job, right? They would You would command so much respect, and that's what we show you how to do that, how to communicate value in an interview, right? And to be honest, this has worked a lot of times, even for myself, right? And I've been in an interview where it was just immediately after an internship. I was consistently posting on LinkedIn. The hiring manager found me there, sent me a DM. We had conversations, landed an interview with them. After they checked my CV, I went into that interview, and to be honest, based on how I communicated value, based on how I communicated value, they asked me what my salary expectation was. And I said they should let me know their budget. If it works for me, I will take it. If it doesn't work for me, I will negotiate. That I believe we both should be open to negotiation. And we're like, oh, okay. And they called the salary range for me, the salary for me. If I had gone ahead to call the salary myself, I would not call up to what they wanted. Now, apparently, I communicated so much value, so much depth in my field, and so much experience, and it was just an internship. Trust me, it was just an internship. And at that period, I was, handed the role of, web project manager, and I led the team of Indians across different locations, Indian developers across different locations. And we know how good Indians are when it comes to anything web, software engineering, and coding in general. So I wasn't expecting it. This is how an immersive experience can build you and make you ready. You go into that interview, you are so impressive that they begin. So when I say you land the job, it doesn't end at landing the job. You can communicate so much value that the salary you get at the end of the day is not really even what you had expected. It would most likely be more because of how deep the experience, because of how deep the experience has been. So how does Amdari do this? I have briefly explained it when I was speaking. We have business partners, and our business partners trust us with their unique business challenge. Now, with this unique business challenge, they hand us their task, their project. Oh, this is the challenge, and we will take it and work closely with the team of interns that we have on board. Bear in mind, we don't call our interns for the reasons I have been saying from the get-go. We are not going to undermine the experience you're about to gain. We are not going to make you look little, such that you go for an interview and they feel, oh, yeah, this person is just starting out. They might not be ready for the job, or oh, they are just starting out. Let's give them this, amount of salary, this salary range or something. It should work. They are just junior in the field. They are not that experienced. Your CV will not communicate that. And the immersive experience will not communicate that either. And the way you will defend your CV in an interview will not communicate that. So we don't use interns for you, and it doesn't reflect on your CV. We call you data analytics consultant, data science consultant, data engineer consultant, or business analysis consultant, or cybersecurity consultant, or even project management consultant. That's how. So we don't say project management intern, data science intern. No, it's going to be little the experience you're about to gain, and even everything we're trying to achieve with the CV revamp will be defeated. So that's not the goal. So we call you consultants. You work on this project with your team, right? Yeah, Bungani, no intern. We call you, sorry, we assign the task to you. You have your team, right? You have your team lead as well. Now, your team lead is not a fellow intern with you. Your team lead is someone with 6 years experience, someone like Chichi, right? Chichi, for example, is the team lead for the data engineering internship program that we have at Amdari. And then we have for different other career paths as well, cybersecurity, data science, data analytics, and the likes, right? Your team lead has gained experience working in the field for years. So when you are stuck, when you need guidance, they are there. Your team lead have meetings with you every day during your stand-up, or 3 times in a week, or 2 times in a week, depending on your agreement as a team, right? Because of your timing as well, your work schedule, because most of the people we have on board are either career switchers or they are doing their masters. So they still have their jobs and they still have other things keeping them busy. So because of that, we've made it very flexible. So you're expected to dedicate at least 2 to 4 hours in a day to the program. So if it's morning your time that works for you, fine. If it's evening your time or night your time, the goal is you have a deadline for your task and you're expected to deliver on the task as at when due. So your stand up, you're not expected to miss it. That's why there is always synergy and alignment. Oh, what time works for everyone? Let's fix this date. So it's not even going to be someone like Chichi imposing a time on you, right? Chichi will just be like, so guys, let's agree. I'll work with your time. Then you all agree she works with your time. You guys have your meeting. And then there is Slack. Slack is where your day-to-day chats, communication. Oh, I'm working on this. I'm stuck here. I'm stuck there. Can reach out to Chichi. There are times that she even schedules, quick calls, and you guys can address whatever it is that is giving you like a whatever is acting as a bottleneck when you're trying to deliver your job. So you would never work in isolation. You would never be stuck because you have a guidance. Then, like I said, you're working in a team, and this is how it works, right? Communicate via Slack, communicate via Google Meet for your stand-up, and also Classroom, the one that she showed you when she was presenting her screen, which I would also show you quickly. So you come together, brainstorm as a team, and once you're done and arriving at a solution, you present this to the stakeholders. Remember, I said we have hiring partners, right? So you present it to stakeholders. This equals experience. This equals impact. This is what you add to your CV. This is what Andari adds to your CV for you when you revamp it. So when you go into an interview, you can boldly and confidently defend the experience you've gained. And when you go into an interview, you're able to talk about the cross-functional team that you worked with. Chichi showed us how data engineers, data scientists, and data analyst roles can be intertwined because they need to communicate at some point, they need to interact at some point, right? Now, rebranding you is everything I have said, from no experience in the field to experience to robust experience, actually, to a revamped CV, to an interview prep where you know how to communicate value, right? And talk about scenario-based questions, respond to scenario-based questions using the STAR approach and even the U-shape approach, right? And all that. And then, of course, yes, falls under the employability skill. There is also the on the job support. And oh, how did I forget? Work reference letter is also given. So I'm Darius registered in Canada and UK, although our headquarters is in Canada, but we're also registered in UK. So the reference letter you're getting is from UK, like a UK company. So when you try to apply for a job and they say, oh, we want someone who has experience working with a UK company, you get that, right? So now our next cohort is starting on the 8th of March, and the next one after that is starting on the 12th of April. How do you take total advantage? Now, this is it, right? For you to take advantage, all you just have to do is enroll for either 3 months or 6 months. And this is the enrollment fee. It is $300 discounted. The original fee is $400. So if your internship duration is for 3 months, if you're going for that, the enrollment fee is $300 instead of $400. So you get to pay $100. And if you're going for the 6 months internship, your enrollment fee is going to be $500 discounted instead of $700, right? So this is how the experience is designed. And of course, you have access to a remote job board, right? So I'll come back to this slide shortly. So you have access to a remote job board. Let me show us that quickly. And the Google Classroom that we're also showing you is what let me close this. All right. So you have access to a remote job board on the Amdari website. This remote job board allows you to apply to as many jobs as possible in a day, right? So you can apply to 5 jobs, you can apply to 6 jobs, you can apply to as many, to be honest. Why is it taking time to load? Sorry, that might be my network. But I'll start taking questions now while that loads up. So let's hear from, if you have any question for me, please raise your hand and I will be responding to you. So if you have any question, let me just see your hand up. But if you're good and you would love to jump on this internship opportunity, give me a thumbs up. Like, oh, everything is clear. I'd love to jump on this internship opportunity. So yes, I see Polakemi and Obed. So I'll be responding to you right now. So you can see this is our job board. These jobs were posted a day ago, for example. And we have as many as 198 pages of jobs posted. So if you go and go and go, that's how much we post jobs every day. So you can see this is a role for an IT analyst. This one is for an analyst. This one is for a senior analyst, business analyst, data and research analyst lead. So you can see we have all these jobs and you can easily apply to them. So let me take a question from Folakemi since she raised her hand up first. So Folakemi, please go ahead while Folakemi. Hi, Folakemi. Can you hear me? Okay, Obed. Let's go. Let's hear Obed. Hi, Obed. I think Folakemi is unable to unmute herself. Hello. I hope you all can hear me. I see your hands raised, but okay, you can hear me. Oh, you are muted. Oh, okay. Tomiwa, can you unmute them? They are unable to unmute. Please unmute them. Tomiwa still on this call. Thanks, Olufemi. Let me see if I can quickly unmute you. Okay, Tomiwa is on the call. Tomiwa, please unmute them. Have you done that? Yes, I think she left the call. Hello. I'm trying to give you that. Tomiwa, can you unmute them? Hello? All right, let me just click on this then. So, Polakemi, can you try unmuting yourself now? Just a minute. Polakemi. Okay, I think they are still unable to unmute.
Sorry, excuse me, Amo. Can they
Yeah?
type the question instead?
Yeah.
Can they go
Yeah,
ahead and type it? Yeah.
Yes, yes. So please just type while I wait because I'm trying to unmute you, but I don't have that. I'm unable to do that. So I'll just keep trying to see if that's going to work. But please feel free to type in your question. Let me just go ahead and show us the portfolio website. So the portfolio website is another thing that you have access to for free, right? So imagine being able to own a portfolio website without having to pay for anything like what's the name now? Okay, sorry. Let me log out and log back into my account. All right. So imagine being able to do everything that a portfolio website should do without you paying a developer to build it for you to your taste and all that, right? So this is what the portfolio website does for you. So it's currently loading. So please feel free to type in your questions since we are unable to allow people to unmute. I have really tried to do that, but I don't know, it's not working. All right, so let's get back to it. So now this is a portfolio website, for example, and you can see that it carries everything that a portfolio website should carry. Your job title, your picture, your past, projects, your years of experience, the number of projects you've worked on. They can reach you, they can access your GitHub here, right here. They can access your LinkedIn right here. They can access your X right here. And They can also contact you, sorry, by clicking on this, and it just gives them this pop-up. As you can see on my screen, your phone number is there, your location and everything. And you can close it. They can see your tools, they can see again your contact details. Scrolling down, they can see the projects you've worked on, they can see your experience and education. And let's even go to the main portfolio website itself. So you have access to this for free, and you can show it off to recruiters any day, anytime, right? So you can see that this is the portfolio website. So you introduce yourself, write more about yourself, contact me, your ex, and LinkedIn links are right here. And projects you worked on, this is just saying you're available to work, right? This is where you have about yourself, right? So it's a proper, okay, sorry, I think I skipped some parts here. Your years of experience and all of those details are here. Now, for you to share this particular website, right, you just need to click on this and it will show you this pop-up. So you can share it across these 4 platforms easily, or you can just click on this one and just copy it out, and it just copies it. Let's say we want to share it on X, for example, right? It shows us this pop-up on the screen. Now, with this particular pop-up, I am going to easily be able to share it with people on my X page. Now, checking this out, what are we going to see? There is a pre-written message that says, "Hi there, check out my portfolio, check out my professional portfolio." So sorry, let me just close that. So I'm not sending. So check out my professional portfolio and the amazing projects I have worked on by visiting my portfolio website. That's it, right? And you just click on post. Let's say I'm logged in, I'll have just clicked on that. So that's how easy you can share it. And when you click on this copy, like I said, you can paste it on your CV, that part where you put your portfolio, put it on your CV. Like I said, this website itself already still carries a link to your GitHub. So why send people to GitHub when you can have a website like this that shows your specialization? Sorry, let me take it gradually. Specialization, you can list everything under your specialization, your tools. You can easily add more by clicking on this to add all of that, all the tools you're proficient in, right? You can easily do that. You can come down and show your skills again. You can add as many skills. You can see this pen icon shows you that you can add more. Edit shows you that you can either remove or add more, right? Your experience, where you've worked in the past and all that. You can add, you can see my duration here. You can see data engineer. You can see what I did, right? So my education, I'm Dari University, master's degree, this period to this period, and so on. And then when I say let's work together, you can see that you can contact me on LinkedIn, you can contact me on Twitter. So if I click on LinkedIn, I will be redirected to my LinkedIn. You would see that it will redirect us to my LinkedIn page. So you've linked everything, like everything. Again, I'm not signed in on this particular browser. But yeah, it's everything is linked. The same thing with this one at the very top, right? If you click on this, for example, it's still going to redirect us to LinkedIn. You can see LinkedIn or more links already. Yeah, you can see the name right there. So it's already linked. So that's how easy you can, set up your account. Now, I know we have a question, so let me take it. In case you can already unmute, I would also allow you to speak. So Obed says, for someone who wants to, sorry, I'll close that. For someone who wants to change career, do you advise I complete a data science course first before the internship, or I can start the internship program without completing the course? Now, it depends on the stage and the level you are in. So there are people who are almost done. We always say, oh yeah, sure, you can start already, right? You don't need to complete it before you start. But if you're just starting the course, we advise that you finish it up first, and then you can come back and start the program, right? So it's one thing that we always say. So if you're like halfway gone, like you've passed like midway in the learning phase, yes, the internship is good because it's another way to learn, and it's the fastest way to learn because now you're learning by actually doing. And it just speeds up the process for you, to be honest, because at the end of the day, after your training, you still need the experience. And after the experience, they will still say, oh, you need your CV revamped. So you're getting all that at Ambari and so much more that we are even aware of already. So I hope I answered your question. So Obed, if you're almost done or you're halfway gone, right, you can jump on this. The cohort is not starting today, starting on 8. So you can see that it's even like another few weeks before it starts. So you can start already, right, Obed? And we will be more than happy to have you on board. I'll show us how payment is made while I take the next question. So Falakemi says, does your job reference option work for people in the US since you are registered in only UK? So yes, it works for people in the US because we have business partners in the US as well, right? So because of all this, your experience is reflecting all of that, Falakemi. So please, if I answered your question, can you give me a thumbs up? Obed, Falakemi, I know I have read your questions so far. So if I answered your question, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, thank you, Obed. All right, thank you, Falakemi. So yeah, the work reference letter works for you perfectly, Falakemi. Then, Bongani says, how does $10 monthly plan package different from other 3 months? Okay, awesome. Thank you for that question, Bongani. I see you've gone through our website very, very well. So that's Project Vault, and that's another way to gain experience. Remember, Chichi spoke about projects extensively, and she said having this project on your CV helps you showcase impact and all. Now with the project, one thing that people kept reaching out to us for is, oh, can I get the person that worked on this project to guide me on this? I am stuck, I don't know how to go about that. And because of the way that project is designed, I'll go there now, Bongani, so you can see. Because of the way that project is structured, it is self-paced, so you don't necessarily have access to the people who created the project. It's just like learning on Udemy, Coursera, and the likes, right? The videos, the courses, and that's it. You don't have access to the people who designed the program. It's the same thing with this. Now you can see these are the projects right here. This is where we say industry, career tracker, and technology. Now, with this particular experience that you see right here on my screen, right? It is only self-paced, like I said. It's not, you don't even get to work in a team because of the way it is designed. So we said, okay, we need to do more. And that's why we started the internship. So the project gives you an opportunity to have projects on your website that has business impact as well, business context, and everything. The projects are quality. It's just the mode of having, this experience that is different. For the project, you don't have to report to anybody. You're not working in a real life setting. Let me fix my camera. Please confirm that you can see me. I think my screen is looking like it's hanging and all that. You can hear me clearly, right? And you can see me. Just give me a thumbs up. Hi, everyone. All right, great. Thank you. All right, thank you. Awesome. So now let's go to, okay, yes, let's come here. Subscribe. So let's say you want to subscribe for just that project. That's where we have it as $10, right? That's where we have it as $10 per month. And what's the minutes? That's where we have it as $10 per month. And also, you can see it right here. If you're paying in Naira, obviously it's 10,000 Naira. If it's in dollars, it's $10. The equivalent in pounds, right? And let's say we don't want to pay for 1 month, we want to pay for a year. So remember, you're saving 16% on it when you say you want to pay for 1 year. So this is what you have here. You pay $100, right? But like I said, this particular one is different from this one here because this is the actual internship experience. This is the actual internship experience where you work in a business setting. You work with our business partners. You report to a team lead. Your CV is revamped. The other one does not come with all this. In fact, okay, I think I didn't show you the benefits for this. Yeah, I just remembered. So the benefits is where you would see the difference clearly. Now let's click on this. So you can see you have access to 200 plus projects. You have access to remote job board. You have access to upcoming projects. But you don't have access to anything like CV revamp, interview prep. It's not included in this plan, right? Because it's not a total employability package. The internship is the total employability package, right? Now with this internship, you still have access to everything that $100 gives you for free, right? You still have access to all of that, right? So that's why it is very, very more. That's why it's actually better. Now, let's say you want to pay for data analytics internship and you click on secure spot. Let's say you want to secure your spot for 6 months, right? You click on secure spot. So I hope I answered your question, Bugani. The difference. Please, can you confirm? Is the difference clear? Okay, thank you very much. So this one with $300 or the 6 months or 3 months on is the total package. The other one is just the project. And with the internship, you still have access to what that particular $10 or $100 would give you. Now, Rahil says, must I need to pay for getting this internship opportunity? Yes, Rahel. And the reason is because of the resources that went into putting this together in the first place. How the internship was designed before, you didn't have to pay, and we had our business partners, but they would always disappoint. Like saying we'll take 5 interns, and the day of onboarding comes, they say we'll take 1 person. Remember that when they said they will take 5 interns, we already passed the message to these interns. The day of onboarding comes, they are not the ones facing these interns. We are the ones facing the interns. So we tell them, oh, the company is only going to be taking 1 person. Sorry, we would have to pick based on whatever criteria and all that. The others are disappointed. Now, Amdari has a goal to help over 20,000 tech professionals gain work experience in the next 5 years. Now, if that is our goal, how do we achieve that? With hiring partners saying, oh, we can take 1 person, because we don't have resources. The resources which I explained earlier, the money to pay for the entire process, and then coming on board as an intern doesn't equal immediate value on the company because you're still learning on the job, still need to understand a lot. So that's their reasons every time. So that's why we designed it in this manner, so that we can have more resources in place to make this work. Hire more experts that will guide you when we are speaking to our business partners. We also have all of this in place that would, and then you don't get to work in isolation. They say they don't have anybody on their team to micromanage, to train, to show an intern how to, do this and do that and all of that. So that's the reason. I was trying to hire someone for a role recently for Amdari, and what this person asked me was, will I be trained? That was already like a red flag in an interview, right? We didn't proceed with this person because obviously this person is very, very new to the field. Has she gained the skill? Yes, she has. But has she worked in the role? No. And she would not be able to start working immediately. And before we even said anything, she was already asking for training. So you can see, right? So we'll have to, and Amdari is not against training staff members because we still have in-house trainings and all. But we need to know that, okay, on your path, there is already value, right? So it's just additional benefits to train staff members and all. So that's why you pay. Rahel, please confirm that response made it clear before I proceed. So Miss Nancy says, hello, since I don't have tech qualification and I want to enroll on the internship program, are we going to be taught tools such as Tableau, Python? Okay, Miss Nancy, I want you to answer a question for me, please. Have you gained the skill at all? Like, because you don't need to have a tech qualification from a university or anything. You can just be taking a course on Udemy, Coursera, YouTube. Have you done any of that or any? If the answer is yes, you can enroll in this program. And we have crash courses that focuses on Python, Tableau, and the likes. We have crash courses, but it's not just for you if you've not learned at all, because Amdari is not a training organization, right? So, Miss Nancy, can you confirm? Please, can you confirm if you've, taken a course on Udemy, Coursera, or any? Then Bongani says, which plan is best for me since I'm about to finish the Google Data Analytics certificate? Definitely this one, Bongani, this one that I am on. So this particular one allows you to enroll for 6 months. Sorry, let me switch up the currency. Allows you to enroll for 6 months and you pay $500. Now you can choose to pay 1 time, or you can choose to pay 5 times, 4 times, 3 times, depending. Now select the plan you want to go with. When you select the plan you want to go with, click on secure spots, right? My colleague is, okay, she has dropped the link that will bring you to this page, the way I showed us from the start, right? So once you click on secure spot, it will show you a breakdown of how you'd pay. So you get to pay $100 for the next 5 months, right? So Once you see the structure, click on proceed, fill in your details. Once you're done filling your details and you click pay for product, it will show you where to enter your card details. Once you do that, click on submit and you will be redirected to a form. It's called the enrollment form. I will show us that real quick. So it's called the enrollment form. Sorry. It's the enrollment form and this is it. Now the enrollment form is where you get to input every detail and we get it on the back end. And that's how we send you your offer letter, your job description, your contract of employment, and everything like that. And so, yeah, we just have like your detail on the back end with this particular form. So you fill it in, select when you want to start, right? Upload your payments receipt, very important. Select the program you're going for. This is where you add your payment receipt. This is where you add the name of the account you paid with. Click on next. Once you click on next, you're redirected here. Select when you want to start. Let's say you want to start on the 8th of March. Select it. Come here. All right. Come here to how you found out about us, if it's through our social media accounts or someone, and then what influenced your decision to make to join this program. Or you can say, oh, it's the session that we had, or it's what Omori said, or it's what she said, things like that, and you type it here and click on submit, and that is how you secure your spot. And we receive it on the back end, and this is how we send you offer letter and everything like that. Please confirm that that's clear, Bongani. So like I said, Bongani, the program you're going to be paying for is this one, Data Analytics. And I recommend 6 months so that you get to work on more projects, right? 3 months, of course, is not bad, right? But with 6 months comes an extended duration and by default, more projects that equals so much more value on your CV. So would you be joining us for March, Bongani? I'd love to see you. Okay, so okay, Olufemi says, can one combine data engineering with software engineering? Yes, you can. I know people who have both. I have a friend who works at Amazon and she started off as a data engineer and added, she upskilled and added software engineering because, of course, it's both in demand. And I know of data engineers that call themselves software engineers. So they write in brackets data engineer. So they are sorry, they write in bracket data for data or data or something like that. So yes, you can combine it definitely, Femi. All right, thank you so much. So I think we've taken all the questions. Okay, I have Kemi left. What other things do we need to enroll for the internship apart from payment? Nothing else, Kemi. It's just the process I've shown you. It's now us who would send you your offer letter, your job description, and contract of employment, which you're expected to sign. And yeah, so that's majorly the process of enrolling and securing your spot for the program. So if you would be joining us for the March cohort, please can you indicate? Can you let me see your hand? If you'd be joining us for March cohorts, Olakemi, okay. Olakemi, is that you saying yes? How many intakes do you have in a year? Can you kindly share the dates? Okay, so we have for every month, right? Oh, awesome. Kemi will be joining us for March. So Bongani, we have for every month. We have for March, April, May, June, July, but just every month has a limited slot and not every month has discount. So even if you're not starting for March or in March, you can secure your spot for April. We have people who are starting in March and they secured their spot since December. And as at that time, the discount was they get to pay $300 for 6 months from program, right? Now it's 500, right? So they secured their spot and they are just starting in March. So even if you're starting in April, May, or anytime, you can already secure your spot and take advantage of this. And because again, the slots are always limited. For example, project management slots are all taken from February. So we are not taking anybody for project management for March because value is important. And if we take too many people, we won't be able to focus and deliver because, first it's about quality and not quantity. And if we say we want to revamp your CV with you one-on-one, how do we do that when people are like hundreds and thousands? Let me exaggerate that number a bit, and thousands, and a lot of people are on the call. How do we tailor the experience to suit your need, right? So that's why it is very, very limited, and the slots are almost taken as well for February. So secure, sorry, for March, the slots, I think we have limited slots so far. So to secure your spot, just use the link that my colleagues Tomiwa and Uche have been dropping, and they will drop it again now. So Uche or Tomiwa, please drop the link again. So SK for real says, I am in for April. Amazing. So if you'll be taking advantage of these discounts, please go ahead. Whether it's the 3 months duration, whether it's the 6 months duration, all you are securing your spot with is just it's just $100, right? So once you secure your spot, you'd fill the enrollment form, you'll be added to the exclusive WhatsApp group where you see every other person that has enrolled like yourself and awaits onboarding. Your contract of employment will be sent, job description will be sent, and offer letter will be sent as well. So I look forward to having Olakemi and SK for real. I don't know the full meaning of your name. So if you would be securing your spot and joining them as well, please use the name that my colleague has dropped. Bongani, are you securing your spot already? I know you said you'll be joining for April, I think. So, oh, okay, it's SK that is joining for April. So, Bongani, would you be securing your spot from now? Kudus, I've not heard from you. Chidebere, Israel, you've been quiet. Joshua, Ogonaya, Fomen, and who else has not spoken? Let me call all of you out. You don't want to, if you don't want to speak, but then you'll be enrolling, give me a thumbs up. Okay, yes, I see Chindo as well. I see, okay, 4 men would be enrolling. That warms my heart. Monday would be enrolling. Amazing. Did you say I need to pay 100? Yes, $100 to secure your spot, Bongani. To secure your spot for whenever you want to start. So you can already take advantage of the ongoing discounts and secure your spot. All right. All right, awesome, Bongani. So you don't need to pay the entire fee. In case I didn't communicate that very well, my apologies. It is instrumental payment. You don't need to pay everything. If you're doing 3 months, you pay 3 times. Month 1, month 2, month 3, right? You can see that we are so confident in the level of value that we deliver that we are allowing you to spread your payment across your entire internship period. Like, we're not saying, oh, you have to pay twice because you'll be done in 3 months. What if you don't pay? We know we'll give you value, so we're not scared. The same thing with 6 months. Imagine paying 5 months when you'll be done in the 6th month, right? So again, we have that confidence that the value is solid. So there is no need to panic that, oh, what if people don't complete their payment? What if they right? So that's why we always tell people we are very confident in the value we offer, and because again, we are here for a reason. We don't want to say, oh, we're able to help 500 people in March gain experience. We want to say we're able to help 500 people in March gain experience, and over 40% landed jobs. And so in the course of the internship, we are working with you closely to make sure that you apply to jobs. We prep you for interviews. We give you reference letter. Even we have a lot of people that have requested for it while the program is still ongoing, right? They requested for it and it's been sent at different times. So yeah, that's just one of the beautiful things about this program. So for people who have indicated interest in securing their spot, take advantage so that it's not closed like project management. Now, project management is closed for like about 2 months. We're not taking anybody for April, we're not taking anybody for March or thereabout. So you can imagine how intentional we are about quality over quantity, and to make sure that what we have promised, we are able to deliver without overpowering ourselves with too many people, right? And so that we can, I mean, it's important for Chichi to know everybody on her team. So she works closely with data engineers. So it's important she knows everybody on her team. And the same thing with other specialists that we have on board. So thank you so much, everybody. It's been an amazing time. And I've had fun, and I'm sure Chichi had fun as well, even though her system decided to show itself and she wasn't able to finish up the session with you, but she has been here with us and she has been, following. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining. I look forward to seeing you secure your spot and joining us for March or April or any month that you have the time to join us. But like I said, secure your spot before the slots are taken. All right. Thank you so much and have a wonderful time. Okay.
Thank you everyone for having me. Thank you, Omo.
Thank you, Chichi. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.